So you're going to be reading what messages need to hear, random messages. There's going to be 3 piles. The first pile is going to be this blue stone. The second pile is going to be this rose quartz heart. The third pile is going to be this tiger's eye. At pile 1, you chose this blue stone, this blue crystal. This is going to be your reading. Spirit, what is pile 1's messages? What messages do they need to hear right now for the collective? You got Queen of Cups. Spirit, what's pile 1's messages? The Hierophant. 6 of Cups. Those all came out really quick, so I feel like all of these cards have like a specific energy that goes together too. We have the Queen of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 6 of Cups. The energy is just really strong here, so I'm feeling like either this message is really important or this specific message was meant to find you, or this message has something to do with something important in your life. But I'm going to get into the energy here with the Queen of Cups. If there's like, I'm seeing this Queen of Cups as you, and I'm seeing that energy of the Queen of Cups being your reaction to something going on in your life right now. Whatever it is, it's either like a person / relationship, or it's maybe a new way of thinking, a new routine, just something new in your life, but it's causing a little bit of stress, and it's causing a little bit of like pressure. Maybe some of you are like getting in a fight with someone close to you recently, or maybe some of you are just struggling with your own temperament and stuff like that when it comes to like your shadow side and like, you know, keeping a balanced routine throughout the day. So it's just like your reaction to these stressors and this conflict is to embody the Queen of Cups energy. Because we have Ace of Wands clarifier here in reverse, Ace of Wands reverse. So I'm really feeling like you're having to face something to do with your shadow side or things that you consider dark or bad. But you're actually doing pretty well facing that right now. Maybe a specific trauma pattern or habit, of a daily habit of some sort. But you're doing really well facing this. You're in your emotional feminine energy, in your water sign energy. I also feel like you're still feeling a lot of pressure though. So just like don't get too muddied up in the darkness, like, and don't start overthinking it. Like, don't start getting all caught up in you're overthinking it. Just let it go, because you're doing pretty well how you are right now. You're doing well handling the situation of whatever it is you've got going on right now. With the Hierophant here, there could be a change. There could have been a change of faith recently, or there could be a change of faith coming to you very fast. Maybe not necessarily faith, but like traditions, beliefs, maybe like daily habits and rituals you do at the house, or maybe specific beliefs you have, emotional beliefs, spiritual beliefs. That could have changed recently for some reason. Or there could be something coming towards you that is going to drastically change that. I'm especially feeling a relationship for some of you. if this shake up hasn't happened yet, if you align with it having not happened yet, I'm really feeling like this might be a relationship coming towards you. Or for some of you, this is a new way of stability, a way of living coming towards you. So you might have a new job coming towards you that's going to change your sense of faith, that's going to change your traditions and the way you live at home. Or some of you, this is a relationship that's going to change you. But for others of you, this is already, you've already like felt this drastic change, and I'm feeling like it more has to do with your new sense of stability in life. There's like a shift in what brings you stability here recently, and that has caused like a major change in your traditional belief cycles, and your spiritual faith, especially in yourself. Feeling like you're having more faith in yourself right now, and even though like you're feeling pressure to like do better, to like stick with it and stay consistent, and you're feeling that pressure and you're feeling like that self-doubt, you're still getting through it really well. You're still able to like hold on in a way that you maybe have previously like given up before, or given into fear or overthinking. And I think a lot of you, Pile 1, haven't realized how much you've changed recently, or if you think back on where you were a year ago now, I think you're just taking for granted right now like how much effort you've put in, and just how different you are. So definitely don't overlook those things, because it's crazy how strong of a person you are and how much you've changed yourself all by yourself. But yeah, for some of you, there is definitely a new job, a new person, new relationship coming towards you. For others of you, you've already been changed by your own like new sense of stability, and you might find that like your mindset is different. Like your expectations for yourself and for the people around you are like more positive, less cynical almost in a way, because I just feel like it feels like there's like this cleaning and brushing through of like your beliefs, especially your spiritual beliefs, and it's just all being like lightened up and cleared and just made slightly better just from the small work you've been doing. Because you really have been working hard on something, whether it's like changing yourself, changing your daily routine, doing shadow work, working harder at work, working harder with your creative passions, working harder in relationships. Like you've definitely been working hard, and I want you to know that. And I just want you to know that all that hard work is going to pay off, because there is a huge shift in your mindset here. Either already happened or is coming towards you. And then with the Six of Cups, I'm feeling like my advice for you, Pile 1, is to not get too caught up in like the stress of whatever you've got going on right now. Don't get too caught up in whatever you're putting a lot of energy into, whatever you've been working real hard on, and don't get too caught up on whatever's coming towards you or having to shift your mindset. Really just don't overthink any of those things. I'm seeing like for right now, Spirit has been trying to get you to enjoy yourself more and like get into your inner child energy and just be giddy, be happy, and get excited about the changes you've been making. Because it's like, even though a lot has been changing in your external world, and a lot has been shifting, you haven't done a lot of looking within. You've done a lot of looking within to change, but you haven't done a lot of looking within and just appreciating it. Like just taking a step back and looking within yourself and just being like, yeah, I did that. And being like, that's so cool. That's cool. Look at me, bro. and just admiring yourself for a moment and giving yourself that recognition. But not just in a like responsible, serious way, like good job, me, pat on the back, do it again, make sure to do it again, but more like getting excited about it, like a child would, like if you went back and showed your 7-year-old self or your 9-year-old self how much you've changed and how much you've brought into the world at this point. Like, imagine how excited they would be. They would they even recognize you? Or was it stuff that you had always wanted to do since you were a child? So it's like, really just get excited about appreciating yourself and taking a step back and having gratefulness for your own strength to change, because Spirit wants you to appreciate that, and Spirit wants you yourself to recognize your own strengths and your own consistency and discipline, and your own hard work. So be happy about it. Do something that makes you happy. Have fun and get in your inner child energy. But that's your reading, Pile 1. Okay. Hello, Pile 2. You chose this rose quartz heart. It's going to be your reading. Spirit, what messages Pile 2 need to hear? What messages Pile 2 need to hear? What messages Pile 2 need to hear? We have the Fool. Spirit, what messages for Pile 2? We have the Four of Pentacles and the Emperor. So let's see. Maybe for some of you, you've been taking on extra burdens that you don't need to take. Yeah, maybe for some of you, there's something that like you've not been happy with, or there's like been something that's deliberately causing you unhappiness, but you can't find another way to deal with it. You're feeling kind of like you feel like you have a little bit of a lack of abundance in terms of being able to deal with whatever it is that's bringing you unhappiness right now, and it's causing you to like sort of throw yourself into maybe a work, maybe it's work or something. It's like something that would, it's causing a burden because of how much energy you're putting into it, how much effort you're putting into it, or it's like you're putting effort into something that would usually be a burden, but for you it's like you're just trying to get the energy out of you. I don't know. Whatever it is, I feel like if this isn't resonating, you probably need to pick one of the other piles. But whatever it is, I feel like I don't know. You're kind of meant to be stressing yourself out with that right now. I just want you to know that that's not going to get you anywhere. If you think that like throwing yourself into this work or whatever is going to help in any way besides just distracting yourself and letting yourself put energy into something, it's not going to do that. So just make sure you know that like you're doing that for no reason other than to like distract yourself from whatever it is that's like causing you unhappiness right now. But clearly you have a lot going on, but you're making the best of it. You really are. I feel like you are having a little bit of a pity party, but that's to be expected. I mean, you're having a hard time and everybody needs to cope in some way. But yeah, you really are doing the best you can, but I feel like you're just so focused on the fact that, like, it's like not being able to have something, or there's something you were trying to do but then it didn't work out. There's like something that's bringing you unhappiness, and you're so focused on that you know you can't really focus on anything else. You're so focused on that like you've convinced yourself that you need to throw yourself into some sort of burden, just to like alleviate the pain or distract yourself a little bit. And you can do that all you want. I mean, everyone has their own coping mechanisms. This one may not be a very healthy one, but spirit isn't, I'm not really feeling the energy that spirit's mad at you for doing this. It just feels like spirit is like, it's not necessary. There's not really a reason for you to do it. Because, you're just really hyper focused on the thing that's bringing you unhappiness right now. So if you would stop hyper focusing on that, you wouldn't feel the need to throw yourself into this burden. But if you're still hyper focusing on it, then it's probably like because there's something you're still trying to work out in your head about it, or you still haven't gotten over it. So obviously you got to be patient with yourself and let yourself get over things in a natural way and in a healthy way where you're taking your time. But I just want you to know that, like, you don't have to be throwing yourself into this burden. You don't have to be hyper focusing on this unhappiness, because it's really not bringing you any happiness either way. So you kind of got to just let it go, but be patient with yourself if you're having a hard time letting go of it right now. But if you know you can let it go, then guide yourself to do that, man. But what else do we got here for pile 2? Maybe for some of you it is work, because I'm seeing with this 4 of Pentacles energy here that you're not stagnant in your finances, or you're not stagnant in the flow of energy coming towards you. You've kept up your routine or your workspace or whatever it is that you do. Yeah, some of you might really have like an abundance of money right now. You might be getting, some of you might have worked overtime. You might be getting an extra big paycheck. Like, I'm just seeing you feeling extra stable in money coming towards you. Maybe some of you were stressed about money, and like that's what was bringing you unhappiness, and so you threw yourself into work hoping to bring yourself more money. But it's like, you didn't have to do that. Yeah, you really didn't have to do that. I feel like you were just hyper focused on like whatever it is that makes you feel the need to make a lot of money. Yeah. Some of you might be tempted to steal or something like that. Please don't. I'm like spirit is literally saying in my head, please don't. Like, it's like bad luck coming towards you if you do that. But that's only for some of you who are thinking that. But for real though, like, there is an abundance coming in here. There's money coming in here. And especially for those of you who are like finding the ability to let go of these burdens and let go of this like foolish behavior of putting burdens on yourself. It's like, especially for those people, there's money coming towards you. I'm hearing you're a temptation right now for some reason. Like, you're going through some tough shit and you're really going through some hard shit, but for some reason you're still looking real good while doing it. And I don't know, it's like people are seeing your energy as a temptation right now. It might even be because you're getting the bag and you're getting a lot of money recently, and you're getting a lot more money, so some people could be tempted to steal. Maybe that's the energy I was feeling earlier. It's not you who's tempted to steal, but it's the people around you who's tempted to steal from you, because there's just energy where people feel that there's money coming in for you. But your money is protected. That's what I'm hearing. Spirit's saying your money is protected. So don't hyper focus on the lack of money so much. Like, I know that worries you, and I know you have bills to worry about and shit like that. But I feel like Spirit kind of wants you to have faith. Like, it's like you rely more on, like, I'll work hard enough so that I can be absolutely sure. And you rely more on that material knowledge of, like, I've done enough work to, like, be absolutely sure. And it's more that you rely on that and less that you rely on just faith and trusting in yourself to be able to make ends meet. It's like Spirit wants you to rely more on just letting go and letting it be, because you can get pretty hyper focused on that. And Spirit just wants you to know that your money is protected, so, like, you don't have to worry about it. Spirit has got your back. You just have to put your faith in Spirit, if that makes sense. Because it's like, whenever you don't put your faith in Spirit goes and makes it harder for you. And it's like a lesson. It might be a huge karmic cycle for you, because Spirit's trying to show you that by letting it be and just letting go and trusting the universe, you will get money. You will get an overabundance of money. Like, you do not have to worry about that. But it's like, you do worry about that right now, and it can be a very big anxiety with you, and Spirit's trying to teach you to not do that. So it rewards you but when you let go and just trust and stop worrying so much about it, by giving you an abundance of money. And then it punishes you to a certain degree when you start hyper focusing on it and worrying about it, having a lot of anxiety about it, by not giving you that reassurance that it'll go the way you want it to. So I just wanted to make you aware of that, because you can get caught in that cycle pretty easily, and it can be so hard to just let go and just trust that things will be okay when you've always had to rely on your own responsibility. Yeah, some of you might have trouble with, like, faith in your spirituality because of just how you were raised as a child, and some of you might be real individualistic, so you have a hard time giving faith and giving trust to whatever your spiritual beliefs are, even though you are a very believing and very faithful person. It's just hard for you to truly put that faith in because of what you've been through. Because it's like your trauma patterns want you to just, like, rely on yourself, but that's only ever caused you pain, and it's caused you to feel lonely. It's caused you to push people away because you don't want to put your burden on them. So it's like, it's just learning and growing, and you're learning and growing. Pile 2. And then with the Emperor energy here, some of you might feel like, some of you might be Mercury retrograde right now. Some of you might be, like, really affected by the planets. Others of you might be really affected by the weather, if, like, the seasons are changing, or if it's been real rainy. Others of you might be affected by the moon cycles. Really, even if you aren't aligning with that, try and pay attention to those things right now, and try and pay attention to how those factors are influencing your mood, because I think it's influencing you without you realizing it. But there's definitely, this time right now is definitely an important time in your life in terms of long-term goals and long-term action, if that makes sense. Whatever it is you're taking action with right now, or whatever your goals are right now, it's going to strongly affect your future, is what I'm hearing. Because Emperor's major arcana And we got major arcana as clarifiers. We got the Magician, the Star. We got all major arcana here. So you definitely are at an important stage in your life in terms of the actions you're taking for your future. And you could really go anywhere you want with this energy. You are the Magician here with the Baphomet. You are the Magician here. So you could really, your potential is limitless. And Spirit honestly wishes you knew how fucking awesome you are, because you can manifest some crazy shit into the world. I don't even think you know Pal 2. But yeah. So just try and keep a clear head and keep a good focus on what exactly your goals are. Maybe even like write down short-term goals, like for 2 weeks, 1 month goal, 1 year goal, and just like keep track of that so you have like a clear idea of that as you go along. And also, Spirit wants you to know that you're going to be receiving a lot of recognition. You might be getting more popular. You might, some of you might be moving. Like, some of you might be moving areas, and suddenly you're going to get a lot more attention at the new place than you did at the old place. But, and this is going to be very overwhelming for you, Pal, too. So just be prepared for that. But there is definitely attention either online or in the physical world coming in towards you really fast, especially having to do with the decisions you're making with the Magician here, whatever you're manifesting and whatever actions you're taking right now. Also remember that this is going to be something you're going to look back on in the future, and be thankful for your hard work. So just pay attention to that. Try not to forget about the responsibility of like staying in the moment while also thinking of your future, and keeping in mind your future self and the action of your consequences, or the consequences of your actions, that is going to come back onto you later. So like pushing things off until later isn't really a viable solution, because you're just gonna end up having to deal with it later. But that is your reading, Pal 2. I hope you enjoyed. 3, just this Tiger's Eye. It's gonna be your reading. Spirit, what is Pal 3's messages? What is Pal 3 messages? We got a whole little storybook popping out for you. Okay. First card is 5 Pentacles in reverse. You have definitely hit a point of abundance in your life, or you're about to. Basically, it's just you getting really lucky and fortunate. It could be really in any aspect of your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be money, but you are about to hit a nice, good spot in your life. We got the Queen of Swords and the 3 Pentacles in reverse. So I'm hearing you need to play your cards close to your chest right now. I'm hearing don't give out information freely. Make sure you're watching out who you give information to. Watch who you give your information to. Make sure you're giving the right information to the right people. Be careful with what information you're giving out right now, and be careful who you're talking to. Some people might want to steal from you, or there might be some people who like don't have your best interests in mind. Especially if you're getting really fortunate, some people might want to start riding on your coattails. So don't be afraid to be selfish and like lock your heart away, because there's a lot of snakes in the grass here. You have a lot of people watching you all the time, Pile 3. I feel like maybe you have like a high following on social media or something, but you just have a very big presence. Like, you just have a very significant presence, and with you hitting like a stroke of luck now, or coming towards you hitting a stroke of luck, I'm seeing like people coming in, flocking, people wanting to know your business, or if it's not that, I just feel the energy where everybody's going to be watching you, so you got to be careful what you say. Like, even if they're not coming to you directly, people can't keep their eyes off of you. And also with this Three of Pentacles in reversed, I wouldn't even worry about money right now because you've got it in the bag. Also, Spirit's not wanting you to work right now. Spirit's wanting you to take a break, take a rest. They don't want you to focus on the work you've been doing. Honestly, you're not meant to be working right now because you're receiving such an inflow of abundance. You don't really need to, but also, you're really meant to be working without working. Like, you're not supposed to be putting effort into work right now if you are working, and then if you aren't, that's like what Spirit wants you to be doing. Spirit's like not trying to get you to work right now just because you're already in a state of abundance and you need to appreciate that before you try working for more. And then Seven of Swords here tells me that any manipulation you went through in the past from other people has been eradicated because you've healed trauma wounds, you've healed your shadow side. I'm also seeing that any grievances you were causing yourself has also been uplifted. Like, you have really changed yourself for the better in a way where you're no longer getting caught in situations that don't serve you, or like getting twisted up in your mind and overthinking and stuff like that. Like, there's something significant about an abundance of mindset. Like, your mindset has changed to one of abundance, and because of this, your self-worth has skyrocketed. And this Seven of Swords energy is just too meager. It's just too small and pitiful to pin you down at this point because you've grown beyond that. Whereas in the past, these things could have kept you stuck, but you've grown a lot. Like, you've grown a lot. That's probably why you've been receiving so much abundance, because of how hard you've been working to change. Also, I'm seeing that some people, I'm hearing in my head, some people think that like you had a glow up, or they're mad at you for it. They see you as having gotten colder. They might even say that behind your back, like, oh, Pal 3 has gotten colder. They think they're all that. They think this. Like, people generally see you as more intimidating and more cold now. But I feel like it's because you're more in your Queen of Swords energy, where you're not letting any old person have access to you and your heart and your feelings. On top of that, with this abundance you've got coming in because of your abundant mindset, people are just like, it's like they think you're trying to be sneaky or deceitful just because you're a mysterious person and you change so fast all by yourself. It's like these people had really low expectations of you because they saw you as inferior, and then when you went and like, changed, or like, it's like they looked away for one moment, and when they look back, it's like they feel intimidated by you and they can't understand it. They're like, but I was just thinking all these bad things about this person. I was just putting this person below me, and now I feel low-key inferior to them. Like, it's like this embarrassing feeling where people kind of like feel embarrassed for like thinking about you the way they did before. And like, now that you are the way you are now, it's like they almost want to like be smug about it or be like, ugh, whatever, I could do that, anyone could do that, just because it's like this embarrassing feeling of like not wanting to admit that they, I don't know, were like seeing you as inferior before. Like, the particular traits about you that they saw as inferior, I don't even know what it is, but it's like maybe ex-friends, or maybe even some fake friends that you used to have, or some friends that you have now, are genuinely intimidated. It's like, I keep hearing somebody keep saying like, you're cold now, but you're not even cold. You just closed yourself off from like wearing your heart on your sleeve. You have stronger boundaries now, and you're also not settling for anything less than what you deserve. You're honestly not settling for anything. It's like, it's either my worth or nothing. So I'm hearing people feel like they can't live up to your expectations. It's like people have a lot in their head when it comes to their perception of you, and they can really get overthinking and start having expectations of themselves, expectations of who you should be. And it's like this weird energy where like really recently people have gotten kind of obsessed with your energy just because of this glow up, because you're no longer like wearing your heart on your sleeve. It's like some people want to be angry about it, and some people find you even more attractive because you're like at a distance now, and they're trying to come back now that you're at a distance. But it's like, no, I don't give a fuck about you. You didn't give a fuck about me then. Why do you give a fuck about me now? Three of Wands in reversed. So again, I'm feeling like this energy where you're kind of just meant to like be partying or acting a fool right now. Like with Three of Pentacles and Three of Wands in reverse, it's like Spirit is like, you shouldn't even care about working. You don't even have to necessarily care about your future that much right now. It's just, I don't know. Things are really working out in your favor without you having to put any effort into them. And Spirit wants you to keep going with that energy and just like let it go. Let you go where it takes you. So like, don't overthink about work. Don't overthink about having to work. Don't overthink about your future, like not knowing what your future is going to be. You're being indecisive about your future. Don't even stress about that right now, because that's not what you need to be worried about right now. Because you just need to be focused on this glow up, how much you've grown, this abundance that's coming in for you. And of course, reinforcing those boundaries you've made, reinforcing that self-worth you've built for yourself. And with the Page of Pentacles here, you seriously have a lot of opportunities come in. Like, even without you actively putting energy into working, I'm feeling like I'm seeing a bunch of job opportunities coming to you, a bunch of money opportunities, business opportunities. If it's not even that, it could be spiritual and emotional opportunities. Like this, I feel like this is just part of this abundance package that you're receiving. Is like, you won't have to work about anything. You won't even have to worry about the future or the next step you're going to take. It's just going to work out for you. It's just going to come to you. You don't even have to do anything. And that's your feminine energy. Your feminine energy is in air sign energies and feminine, divine feminine. Because not only are you in your receiving energy, but you're in your air sign energy, so completely clear head. Not overthinking and keeping a clear head. So it's weird. You're receiving a lot just by staying calm and staying meditative. And really the only time right now that you're going to feel a lack of abundance is when you're overthinking shit. It's like you have a lot that's coming towards you. Like, Spirit is really blessing you for all the hard work you've done, putting down your boundaries and setting your self-worth and healing your inner child. With the Knight of Swords here, somebody's stalking you. There's another person here who's watching you. There's just somebody who's upset and mad. Someone who's really, with the Four of Swords here, who's overthinking about you. You might even know who this person is, and you might be overthinking about whatever the reason that person could be stalking you or whatever. Don't overthink about that, because that's just going to take away from this abundance you're receiving right now. Really, you shouldn't care about that. I mean, you're always going to have haters, especially with this Queen of Swords. You're the Queen of Swords. Like, there's always going to be someone staring at the Queen, wishing they could be the Queen, bruh. Like, the Queen is up here. So don't even worry about it. Just worry about your responsibilities over your kingdom, over your dominion, your life, what you've got going on. You don't even gotta focus on these other people, because what's funny is, like, even though they're watching you and they're mapping out everything you do, they don't even know the half of it. They don't even know how much you've changed. Like, they're sitting here making all these assumptions about you, stalking you, going back and forth between being obsessed with you and in love with you, and then hating on you and talking bad about you. It's like all of this, and they still don't even know the half of how much you changed, what you've got going on in your life right now, how much abundance you've got coming towards you, how much you've grown as a person. It's like these people wish they could be a part of your life. These people wish they could know on that level. They wish they could get as close to that level or be a part of your life that is that close. But it's just not working because you put these boundaries up. You're the Queen of Swords now. And it's like, you're not even trying to seem cold. You're just putting regular boundaries up. And people are like, what? Pile 3's so cold. How could they do this? Like, you don't even know the half of it, bruh. And it's like people make all these assumptions about why you've changed or how you've changed. But they couldn't even, like, begin to understand what you actually went through or what that actually took. Like, what it took for you to get to where you are. Like, it seems so easy because they're just watching you from afar. Like, they just, like, label it as easy or, like, something anybody could do that. But it actually took a lot for you to get that far, and they don't even know that. Like, they don't even have the capacity to understand how much you've grown as a person, really. And it's weird because it's like these people are particularly hyper focused on your looks. Like, something about your looks has gotten more attractive or more alluring because these people are particularly obsessed with it. And I don't know, it's weird. It's like not even jealous people, but like regular people, like your friends and shit like that, your family, also think that you look different and could get a little bit obsessed with the way you look or compliment that a lot or talk about that a lot. Um, you probably have even seen it in yourself, Pile Threes. Like, with these boundaries, with this self worth, has also come this glow up that you thought was just an external glow up that you had to work on. You thought it was just external factors, but it was pretty much all internal. And once you changed that internal stuff, it's like you completely changed on the outside, and it was weird. Um, Now, it's not to say you were like an ugly person before. Like, you just changed. You became different. In particular, like more intimidating, more cold. Um, and cold is not the right word because that's what everybody's trying to say about you. And you're not even cold, it's just boundaries put up. But yeah, let's see if you have any extra messages before you go. Nothing really, just appreciate this abundance that's coming in and really like indulge. Also, this is a time to be introverted and to sort of like take time to yourself. So I hope you enjoyed the reading, Pile 3.